I'm going to show you a little bit about Woodwork for Inventor. Woodwork for Inventor is an add-on that has been created for cabinet making. So first thing that we do is we open up a part and just create your normal standard box. And then on the skeleton dress up tab, which has been added when you install Woodwork for Inventor, we can start doing our magic. So the first thing that we're going to go to is dress up the skeleton body. The first thing is select the body. It makes it so that I can choose the panels. And I'm just going to go all faces, and I'm going to deselect the front face. You'll see here that you can give it a thickness as well. Okay. What I normally do is in my parameters, I will go and create a user parameter, numeric user parameter, and I'll make that panel thickness. This just makes it easier for changing the thickness of the panel later on in the design. So select your skeleton body, and then we're going to select the faces that we want. With the arrows, you see the arrows are pointing inside, so they're going to add a thickness of the panel thickness, which is this parameters. So you can see the spelling counts, matters. And I can either thicken inwards, thicken outwards, or thicken in both directions. I'm going to thicken inwards. Now it's very, very thin because in my parameters I've set it as 1 millimeter. I'm going to go change that to 18. Okay, so you can see it thickens everything automatically. And now I'm going to do some modification to the panels. So with the modifications, I can trim the panels. So for instance, if I wanted this top panel to be sitting on top of the other panels, the back, front, and left panel, I could say, right, let's go trim these 3 panels, and my bounding box is the one on, and it will then go and automatically pull that panel down over here. For visibility purposes, I can turn the skeleton off so that I can see my panels a little bit better. I'm going to go do the same for the bottom. So I'm going to go trim these panels over here, and my bounding component will be my bottom component. And then the other way that we can also modify these panels is by using the miter command. So I'm going to miter these panels on the left, right, and back. So miter that panel and that panel. So you'll see that it puts a 45-degree angle in. Actually, let me take a look at the other side. And then miter that panel and that panel as well. We can also create a shelf, and to create a shelf, I can use the clone tool. So what the clone tool does is it will offset a panel from a face that you select, and let's say the offset must be 500. And then the thickness, once again, I'm going to say is the panel thickness. So I'm just going to go choose that parameter that I created earlier. Now you can see that it's going into the panels over there on the left and the right and the back. So I'm just going to go and trim that. So trimming my shelf, and the bounding box is the back, the left, and the right. Oopsie. Bounding back, left, and right. And we've completed the procedure. Now you'll notice that up in my top over here, I've got some solid bodies, and it's just automatically named as solid 1, panel 1, solid 1, panel 2, up to panel 7. I want to go and rename this so that it's more recognizable when I take it into my assembly. So let's make this the left panel. Back panel. Okay, so once I've renamed everything, I can go and create parts out of this. So going to my Manage tab, I click on Make Components. I'm just creating my, or saving my drawing over here. I'm going to go and choose all my different bodies over here. Okay, it's taken the names that I've just created in it. Select where I want to go, save it. New iBox. And, if it's going to be a different bill of material structure, I can choose that. I can choose a different file location as well. Once I'm done with that, click on OK. So now what it's done, it's created my my parts over here. It's grounded them around the 000, my origin. And now I can go and start applying materials to it. So with my materials, I go to my Woodwork Design tab and assign materials over here. Okay, so we've assigned the materials. Sorry, we've saved the part, and now we're going to go assign the materials. I just going to assign the same material to all the parts. So what I'm going to do, laminated board, LMDF, that's fine. And I'm just going to go and select everything and click. Then it goes and applies the materials to that. What I can do now is I can also put on some edge banding. And let's maybe do PVC edge band over here. And choose the faces which I want to apply the edge banding on. Okay. Once the edge banding has been applied, just finish this up over here. Okay, so the edge banding has been applied and all the materials have been applied as well. So once I've done this, I'm now ready to create an iBox from this component. So to create an iBox, I'm going to go to my Manage tab and select my iMate. So I need to apply some iMates to this. So selecting iMate, I need to apply a flush mate, okay, and also give it a name. So I'm going to say top, which will be that top over there. Apply. We're going to have left, front, and right. And you'll see that my mates have been applied on in my folder over here. Okay, so once this has been done, I can author this iBox. The skeleton file name that I'm going to put in here, before I do that, I just need to go and place my iBox skeleton in here, which is my skeleton iBox, and place it grounded at the origin, and then you need to rename this at skeleton. Now I can just change the visibility of that to be off. Okay. Now going back to our Manage tab, we can author the iBox, select your skeleton file, and then have your width, your depth, and your height. Select your front mate, iMate, select your top iMate, and then click on OK. Okay, so there we go. We've now created it. Now let's see this in action. So I'm going to close down my assembly and my parts and change back to the projects. Oh, by the way, when you are creating iBoxes, you need to activate your iBox Library Edit project. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my Woodwork for Inventor 2019 projects and open up one of the samples. So when using the iBox, you'll see that you'll kind of create the concept of what you want it to be. So I've just got all these different shaped boxes or sizes of boxes. And what the iBox will do that I've created is conform to the width, the depth, and the length of these different size boxes. So going back to my Woodwork design, I go to my iBox panel and insert, and I'll go and choose my component for my iBox. new eye box that I just selected or created. And then it allows me also then to go change the name. Okay, so I can go put a prefix, an item part number, suffix. So leave it as the front, top, left, and right of the components. Okay, I don't think I saved the iMates, that's why. Okay, so let me just go choose another one quickly. So after it's been loaded, you can see there, I've got that in there. I'm going to choose the geometry, and then I choose my top, my left, and the front. I want to go put another one in just to show the differences with it. So top, okay. And then let's just go and refresh the eye boxes. And now you can see that very quick and easily, I'm able to create different sizes of the same